So here we are, we're in the tutorials folder. We're going to have a look through the notebooks that are in the 01 section, intro notebooks. If we go into there, the first notebook is what is CQAI. So there's no actual code in this notebook, it's just what is CQAI. It's a Jupyter Labs environment that gives you access to large amounts of structured alternative data. We recommend you work through these workbooks, make sure that you understand them. If you have any problem with them, hit this button in the bottom corner and you can either find the answers in our help or you can chat with us. And this is a list of the data sets as of April 2020. This will be updated. We've got daily data sets. So the data sets are grouped into groups daily. We've got intraday and we've got market data. There are a couple of others as well, but those are the main lists of data sets. And we'll move on from here to the next notebook. So to close a notebook, you simply click the X in the corner, open another one, double click on it. Something to bear in mind is that it's probably a good idea, rather, if you're going to play with the notebook, if you're going to change it in any way, rather than edit the notebook that's there, you should right click and duplicate the notebook and then amend your duplicate copy. But as I say, the goal will be that you will have a set of them in your root directory, and these will be as they are here under CQAI tutorials. So you'll easily be able to get them back if you need to. So this second notebook is Cloud Quant Data Liberator example. So all of the data that is stored in CQAI is accessed via a library that we created called Liberator. And Liberator allows you to very simply pass the name of a data set and the period that you're interested in and the symbols that you're interested in, and it will return the relevant data. So we'll go through a very simple example. So obviously we're going to import Liberator. We normally use the abbreviation B24. So import Liberator is B24. In this case, we're going to import some date and time related libraries. And then we're going to set up some variables. D today is today's date and time. D1 is today minus a time delta of 1 day. D2, 2 days. And D10, 10 days. And then we're going to print, we can, if we wish, print out a list of all the data sets. As you can see, I've commented out the print, but that would get a list of all of the data sets if you wished. We can query a time range for a named data set. So I'll actually run the first two anyway. And so the data set will be GSQ ESG large cap short term price predictor. So this is a company called G&S Quotient, environmental, social and governance data set for large cap symbols and a short term price predictor. It's predicting the movement of the price over the next day or two. The symbols we're going to fetch are just Apple, but that can be a list as long as you want, or it can be none to get everything. As of is using D today that we set up here. Back to is D10, which is 10 days ago. And then we're going to do the query. So symbols equal my sims, back to equals back to, as of equals as of, and name equals data set. And then it's going to convert it into a data frame and print out the first 10 lines. So if we run that, you can see that we get timestamps, MUTs, an ISIN, a QSIP, a date, score, which is the main value that we're interested in from this data set, and the symbol that it related to, which obviously in this case is just going to be Apple because that's all we requested. We can then use another one of our data sets to get daily bars. So again, all we're doing is changing the name of the data set. We're leaving the date range the same and we're getting another data frame. So if we do that, you can see we've got a data set for the same dates for Apple again, but this time it's got open, high, low, close, volume, VWAP, bid vol, ask vol, count, etc. So now we've got two data frames. If we wanted to, we could read the minute bars in for a symbol as well. So we'll do that. This time we're only going back 1 day because obviously if you read minute bars, it's going to take a little longer. And we're not going to bother displaying the data frame this time, just its shape. So we get 420 rows by 20 columns in that case. But if we wanted to display them, we can do that. And note how data frames are abbreviated in notebooks and Jupyter Lab. And we can override that if we so wish, which we'll show you on a later notebook. But again, you're seeing the same kind of data, but this time it's 811 59.99, 812 59.99, 813 59.99, and so on and so forth. You can also read the news. So this time we're going back 2 days. We're asking for news, and we're changing the symbol set to none, so we get the news for all symbols. So if we do that, the shape is 856 rows by 13 columns. And if we display the news, we can see each of the pieces of news for that and the date and time. So that's just a very simple introduction. You can play around with that one if you wish. We can close that one down. We don't need to save the changes. So the next one we will do in the next video.